Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial we'll be learning how to make this tie that you see on the screen. And if you're new to this channel, you're very welcome, and please do not forget to subscribe, like and share this video. So if this is something that you will want to learn and engage in, please do keep watching, and let's get started. So to begin, I'll be making use of my Ankara fabric, and as you can see, I'm making use of pieces because I've actually used this material before, and this is just the remaining. But I advise that if you're a slim person like me, you should be using 2.5 to 3 yards of Ankara, or for a plus size person, you can be using up to 3 yards to be a safe side. So right here now I have two pieces, which one is for the back and the other is for the front. So this here is going to be used for my front, and I've gone ahead to actually place it on a single fold, just as you can see. So I'm just going to fold that, and I'll go ahead and take the other piece, which will be used serving as the back piece, which I equally place on fold. So I'm just going to properly align them together before I can go ahead and cut it out. So I'm going to be cutting exactly the same thing that I'm going to be cutting for both front and back, but the difference is only going to be in their neck. So I'll simply go ahead now and begin to draft out my vertical lines for this tutorial. So my vertical lines is going to begin from my shoulder line, which is also known as the starting line. So I'm just going to mark that, and then the next line I shall proceed to is actually the bust line, which my bust is actually 10 inches. So I'm just going to mark that there and replicate it throughout the whole dress. So after doing that, I'll take my ruler and then line them together. And then after that, I'll go, next measurement I'm going to be going with is my waistline measurement, which is also known as the half length. So I'll equally do the same thing and align them together as well. So the next line I'm going to be taking is my hip line, which is 9 inches after my waistline, or if you know your hip line measurement, you can actually just mark that there. So I'm just going to point that and equally connect them all through this dress. So after that, the next line we're going to be taking is the measurement of your full gown, which is dependent on how you want it. If you want it short, if you want it long, so anyhow you want it, that's just what you will put there. So mine now, I'm going to be measuring how long I want my length to be, and I'm going to be adding 2 inches for my folding allowance, which I equally just mark there, and I'll go ahead and connect both of them together. So after doing that, now the next measurement I'm going to take on my vertical line is my chest line. Now there are different ways to actually get your chest line. There's a calculation to it, but the easiest and accurate method is to actually go up by 2 inches from your bust line, which I'm just going to mark there, and I'll go ahead and connect it so I can get my chest line. So after that, the next I'm supposed to do is to take my body circumference, but before that I have to give allowance for my zip and for my slit. So the allowance I'm going to be working with is 1.5 inches, which I'm going to use on both the front and the back piece, where the back is going to have the zipper allowance and the front is going to have the front slit allowance. So I'm just going to be going in by 1.5, which I'm just going to basically mark here, just as you see me do in this video. So I'm just going to mark that there, and I will equally connect them throughout this outfit. So after doing this now, the next step I'm going to go ahead to do right away is to now take my body circumference, starting from my shoulder. So my shoulder is actually 16 divided by 2. I'm going to have 8 inch. So I'm just going to mark that there, and then I'll replicate that measurement at the chest line, which I'm equally going to mark here, and then I'll go ahead and connect them together. So the next body circumference I'm going to be working on is actually my bust. So my bust divided by 4, I'm just going to mark that there, and I'm going to be adding my allowance, which is an allowance of 1 inch. So I'll equally mark that there, and I'll go ahead and replicate this measurement at the upper part, which is the chest line. So I'll just go and replicate it and join them together. So the next body circumference is my waist, which is my waist divided by 4. I'm just going to mark that, and I'm going to be adding 1 inch for ease. You can see that I did not add that 1 inch for on my bust side because I want my bust to actually be fitted there. But for my waist, I added 1 inch for ease, and then my allowance I'll be adding 1 extra inches too, which I've already done. Then for my hip now, I'm going to be saying my hip divided by 4. Then I'm going to mark that plus 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for my sewing allowance, which is actually 2. Then I'll go ahead and mark that there, and I'll replicate this measurement to the full length of this dress, which I'm going to use my tape, measure it, and I will go ahead now and replicate it down there and equally mark it. So I'll simply go ahead now and connect all these points together, just as you see me do in this video. So after that, I'll proceed in drafting out my neck depth and neck width. And the neck width I'm going to be working with for this dress is actually 3 inches, which I'm going to mark that for both the front and the back piece. So I'm just going to mark my 3 inches here, and then the depth I'll be working with is 1.5 inch, which I'm just going to mark that there and extend it towards my zip allowance. So I'll go ahead and draft my curve line to connect to that point. So after that, now at this shoulder line, I'm going to come down by 0.75 inch, and I'm just going to connect that to this very point with a slanted line. So from this very point where I mark 0.75 inches, now I'm going to take my tape to that point and connect it down to my chest line, and I'll go ahead and get the midpoint, which is actually this. So whatever I get as the midpoint, I'm just going to mark that there. It is from that point I'm going to draft my curved line, which is going to be 7 for my armhole curve. So after that, now I'll proceed in cutting out what I'll be needing for this tutorial. So I'm just going to carefully do that, just as you see me doing this video. So after cutting it, this is what you're going to have. So I'll simply go ahead now and split this part that is folded for both front and the back. So after splitting it, you realize you're going to have 4 pieces, which is 2 pieces for the front and 2 pieces for the back. So I'll just go ahead now and separate one of them, which will be serving as the back, and the other left to be serving for the front. So I'm just going to place this appropriately, and then I'm going to go ahead to determine my front depth. So if you remember that where we were cutting the back neck depth, I cut out 1.5 each. So I'm going to place my tape at that 1.5 and determine the neck depth of my front, which is actually 7.5 inches. So I'll just go ahead and mark that 7.5 each, just as you see me do. And I'll simply go ahead and take my ruler to connect this very point with a slanted line. Ensure you actually connect the right places that you can see in this video, and then I'll go ahead now and cut out, which will actually give me my neck style. And next I'll go ahead to do is to join the middle pieces of the front together, and then I'll simply go ahead and use bias to turn the neck of both front and the back. So this is basically what we are going to have after joining the middle together and equally using bias to turn the neck. So this is what the front looks like. As you can see, everything is turning out beautiful, and this is equally the back, which I actually used that bias to turn the neck and equally join the middle piece together. So I'm just going to keep that aside so that we can focus on the front. Then I'll go ahead now and turn the front to the wrong side. You can see the joining of the front. I'm just going to open that up, use my iron to give it a good press, and equally use hemming gum in order to flatten it up. So if you actually take note of this joining area, at this point where I want my slit to be, I actually stitched it down so that I can have an opening. It can be easy for me to open for my slits to be created. So if you can see here, I worked with 7 inches for my slits opening. So I'm just going to open that loose stitch there to the point where I have a very hard stitch so that it doesn't open again. That is after I have used hemming gum to support it down and made it flat. So I'm just going to carefully now turn it to the right side so I can proceed in putting my bias on it. And this is what we're going to have. So I'm here working with an 1 inch bias size, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it this way and top stitch it at this corner and at the other side as well. So I'm just going to top stitch that in order to make it fitted on my fabric. So I'll equally do that to the other side of the dress, which is the left part of the outfit. So after I will do that, I will go ahead and then put my zip on the back side. So this is basically what we have after sewing it. Everything is becoming beautiful. Look at the slit there. And for the back, I've gone ahead to put my zip, and this is basically what it looks like. So I'll simply go ahead now and join the right side of both front and back together so I can join the shoulders together. And next I'll go ahead to do is actually cut my sleeve. And to cut my sleeve, I'll be working with a long rectangular shape of material, which I'm going to be folding twice. So this is the first folding, and now this is now the second folding, so I can be cutting out my 2 sleeve. So I'm just going to cut that fold it in this pattern, and next I'll go ahead to do is to determine the length of my sleeve, which I'm going to be working with 8 inches. So I'm going to say 8 inches plus what, my 2 inches for what, sewing and folding allowance, making it 10 inch. So I'm just going to mark that all through this dress, and I will connect them together. So after doing that, now I'm going to determine my what, armhole. And usually what works for me is that I come down by 4 inch from that starting point, which is here, and I'm just going to connect that with a straight line together. Now from this line, I'm just going to take my tape and measure out what, 10 inch. This 10 inch actually differs in people's sizes, but for my size and what works for me, I'm going to be measuring what, 10 inch, which I'm just going to mark that there. So now from that point where I mark 10 inch to the starting point of this sleeve, I'm just going to draw a slanted line. This is to help me draw my inverted S for my what, armhole. So you can see now I'm going to take my tape and measure that point, and whatever I get, I'm going to find the midpoint before what, drawing my inverted S just at that direction. So I'm just going to draw the curve like this, so that when it's now inverting, it's going to pass through that midpoint down to that point where I marked what, my what, 10 inch. So with that, now I'm going to determine my round sleeve, which is actually my round sleeve divided by 2. I'll add 1 extra inch for my ease allowance, and also 1 inch for my what, folding allowance, or joining allowance rather. So after that, now I'll go ahead and connect these lines together, just as you see me doing this video, before I can proceed in cutting out what I'll be needing for this tutorial. So after cutting it, I'll go ahead and knot it at the midpoint of this dress before I can open up in order to fold that part before joining it to my what, dress. So this is basically what we are going to have after joining the sleeve to my what, dress. And I will just make sure that the right sides of both front and back are facing each other. So this is just me actually aligning them together, and I'll simply go ahead and sew it with an inch of 1 inch allowance, just as exactly what I gave while taking the measurement. So I'm just going to do that for both sides, and this is basically what we have. So you can see that the dress has come out so beautiful and so nice. So if you find this video very helpful, please do subscribe, like, share this video, and see you in my next video. Thank you.